So hi everyone, welcome back to Brookvalleylife, or hello for the first time to all you new viewers. Welcome, and if you can, please hit the subscribe, hit the like and all the other good things, leave a comment, tell me where you're from in the world. So today, I've just got back from competition, and there was a few things I saw, a few things that happened to me actually, that shows how easy it is for things to go wrong. So in this video, it shouldn't be a long one, just to show you some things to look at when you're at a competition and things are going through your mind, and other things that can affect your shooting. So stay with me and let's go and have a look. So welcome back, or hello. Competition shooting. So I shot over 2 days in my last competition, and happy to say I came third, got a bronze medal, so ecstatic about that. Did I shoot as well as I wanted to? No. First day, I seemed to have some issues with one of my arrows went in weird places, and it wasn't until the end of the first day that I checked my arrows. I looked just basically just to see if I had fletchings are all good, and that is something you should always check. So here's an arrow. Always some things to check on your arrow is make sure your fletchings are in good condition. Excuse me. Yeah, no cuts, dings, anything like that. Do they affect how the arrow flies? Well, they can do sometimes. I've shot with just one fletch on before and they shoot fine. And if you've tuned your arrows well, you could shoot with no fletchings on, they'll shoot fine. But normally you just want to make sure there's no cuts or anything like that on them. Check your point as well, make sure it's glued in well. I have seen, and I have had before, where on certain targets, on a hot day, as it goes into the target, it heats it up enough so when you pull it out, the glue does start to melt a fraction, and you can pull your tip out a fraction, which will affect how you draw and make it hard to go through the clicker, and also make it go high. None of those happened with me, so I made sure everything was good, points glued in, fletchings were all good. But what I found was I had a look at my nocks. Now these are just pin nocks. Now what I've done before is shot with these in practice, and every so often I've hit a knock or hit the knock itself and broken the knock off. I used to take the knocks off, just file it down a little bit to get rid of any burrs, so I'm just pop another knock on. Didn't think anything about it, had no issues at all. But after that first 1440, so 144 arrows, I was looking at my arrows and something caught my eye. And what I'll show is a close-up. And what I've got is I've got a bent pin in my nock. So the nocks are fully glued in at the back end. Sorry, the pins are fully glued in, but the pin is bent to one side. So if I've got that on my string, what's going to happen is this pushes through, it's going to push down and lift the end of my arrow up. Therefore I was getting high arrows, or if I had it the other way around on another arrow I found, it would go down. And I hadn't noticed this. As I say, I'll show you a picture of it, but you need to keep an eye on your pins, yeah, and your nocks as well, of course. They were clipping onto my string fine, everything was good, but every now and again it was a woof, and for no reason at all I was hitting into the 3s and 4s and 1s and 2s, and it felt like a really good shot. So always check your pins and making sure that it is straight. Yeah, just there. I'll bring this up closer, but I will take a video or a photo of it, and hopefully you can actually see how bent it is. Yeah, if you do hit your arrows as well, just make sure that they are good as well by just giving them a quick bend. If you hear any cracking, swap them out. That means they've been damaged. The next thing. I don't have it on here, but you've got your clicker coming down to the clicker plate. Sometimes that can come loose. I didn't have this issue, but I saw someone who had this issue, and what happened was the clicker, as it was drawing through, was catching the tip of the arrow and dragging it back a bit. So it kept moving. So I'm having to draw further and further each time. So always make sure that your clicker is nice and tight and it doesn't move. Just from vibrations on cheaper bows, cheaper setups, I say cheaper, the cheaper risers usually vibrate a bit more with the cheaper limbs. And unless you've got some really good damping on there, things will vibrate loose, be it the sight, be it the clicker, and of course, the other thing I was going to say, make sure your button doesn't vibrate loose. Didn't see anyone coming loose, but I have had it before, back when I was shooting competitions all the time. And yeah, I really needed to make sure that that was clamped down nice and tight in the riser and it didn't come loose. Now, what I did have in my practice ends, so we had 3 practice ends. 3? Yeah, because of the weather and how bad it was, they gave us 3 practice ends. And what had happened was my sight hadn't actually locked in properly. That's my fault. I hold my hand up for that, and it was loose like that, and it could move up and down. And then I tightened it up, and it was fine. So I had a couple of weird shots during my practice ends, but I managed to sort that out as well in the end. The other thing that I found, this is something that you've got to take into account, was where I shoot into the sun. So I face north. We're in the southern hemisphere, so we're facing towards where the sun's going to be. As it rises one side, sets in the west, and yeah, the sun's virtually in front of us. Where I was shooting the competition, it was the opposite way around. So I had the sun behind me, and it was making a shadow on the string that was different to what I've shot before. And all my arrows were going slightly to the right. I was also aiming that way because there was 3 of us on the target. So one in the center going straight. I was going at a slight angle to the target. So all of my arrows were going to the right. Screwed on the windage, and it got to a point where I was having to slightly aim off. So that was a bit disconcerting, but it happens and you've got to get used to it. Other things that can come loose that have happened to me in the past and to other archers, my limb bolts. Yeah, the locking points on my limb bolts had come loose. Now, it's not on any of my newer bows. It was on my old Hoyt that happened, actually. My Hoyt Nexus. And I had been shooting absolutely fantastically, winning competitions, and then for some reason my grouping just expanded for no reason. And what had happened is these had come loose, and my tiller bolts were actually moving because there was the shock, and they were gradually, one was moving out more than the other, and my tiller had gone. There was I think it was over a centimetre difference. Always check when you put your bow together. You check your brace height and you check your top and bottom tiller. Now, once you've tuned your bow, you should check this and write it down so you've got a set figure. So when you come to your bow, you can check it. Now, I had just been putting my bow up and down, taking it apart, not thinking about it, just putting it back together and not checking it. Now, you should check it every single time. Yep. And I hadn't, and found that these were loose and they'd moved, so I set it back up again and my shooting got better again. And it's crazy how something simple like that can actually affect how you shoot the bow. So there we go. All the things that can go wrong on the riser. Now, just put that up there. The other thing that I found was, let me just grab this. The other thing that I found was my, not this time, but stabilizers coming loose. And I don't mean just loose on the bar so it twisted. I've had no issue with that since I've had the new Nika MT stabilizers in the Avalon Tech X Max. They've been perfect. In fact, my biter stabilizers were fine, but I have had, I think it was the toe put ones I used to come loose every now and again. But what I have found is on some, and this has happened on my Avalon ones and on my toe point ones, that the ends actually vibrated loose. So all I was doing is making sure that they were nice and tight for every single shot. And what it does, it creates that extra vibration through the bow. Does it affect the shot in any way? Well, it affects you mentally, or affects me mentally. So I had no confidence, or that I had a niggling issue, thinking, what's wrong with my bow? What's causing me to shoot bad shots and all this type of thing? Is there something wrong? And in the end, it was just quick tighten up, beginning of the day, making sure it was good. And every now and again, I would check it after shooting, but it stayed tight. So the Avalon and the Nika stabilizers, they're staying tight, and they're both good quality stabilizers that I can recommend, especially for your intermediate archer if you want them. Now my sight itself, the Sherlock, yeah, it was good. Didn't come loose apart from that first bit. And I may have a new sight coming, hopefully. I ordered it through our local shop instead of getting it from where I usually get it, and I've just been told that it's a special order, that they have to go to the factory, so I've got no idea when it's going to turn up. Now the reason I went to a local shop, because I thought they had it in the shop, and they don't. So if I had known that, I would have gone to somewhere that had it in stock and would have purchased it. It does annoy me sometimes when these shops put it online and it's a special order. I had the same issue when I ordered a target butt. I ordered it before my birthday. In fact, I ordered it in May and it came in September, I believe it was. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with that because I spent quite a bit of money, and I have done on my site. So when my site comes, there'll be another video to watch. All should be good. Now, the only other issue that I saw happening was due to the bad weather. It was pouring down. People were wearing waterproofs. And because it's so difficult to get a tight fitting waterproof coat, here in New Zealand, it might be easy other places. Yeah, people had gone to the local camping shop, any shop that does it. We got a place called the Warehouse here, and there's lots of other places where you can purchase waterproof clothing. Now, in summer, you also want a lightweight coat. So this is what I've got. It's a lightweight waterproof coat, and the sleeves can be slightly puffy. So what I was seeing was happening was people had that, they even had their arm guard on, and they were getting interference. It was hitting stuff as well. Now I have seen people put these on and put a tube sock over type of thing, so it holds it in place. Others, I've seen people put a bulldog clip just to hold it nice and tight, but it's bulky. It was cold weather as well, so I had rugged up. Luckily I had this on, this gilet or gillette, whatever you want to call it, and I had a waterproof one on top of it as well, so my arms were free. And I was shooting with that on, and I took this off every time I shot. My arms got a bit damp and a bit cold, but when I went to go and mark my arrows, I put this on and it kept me warm for going up and back. And when I got back, took it off, shot my 6 arrows and went on like that. But a lot of people were wearing these for the whole shoot and they were hitting it and getting a lot of interference, and there was a lot of arrows going all over the place actually. So trying to find a decent, tight, waterproof top is quite difficult. If anyone's got one or knows where to get a good one, can you please let me know? Is there anywhere on Amazon or anything like that that we can actually go to order one? Because I know a lot of people who will be looking for a waterproof top that is tight enough not to cause any interference with their shooting. And that's about it. So the main one I wanted to bring up was about the arrows and the pins, yeah, being bent. This really messed me up. So check your stuff when you're shooting. Check your stuff before you're shooting, because this happened before I was even shooting and I just didn't notice it. Check your equipment while you're shooting. Make sure it stays as it should. I don't think there was any gear failures, which was good. But yeah, things to check when you're going and shooting at a competition. Let me know in the comments. Have you had issues? Has anyone had a bow break on them? I've not seen one yet, but I've seen them on TV. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe, all the other good things YouTube want you to do. Yeah, they've got the algorithm. They do like it when people hit the like button and leave a comment. And if you leave a comment, I will answer you. I think I answer about 100% of all the comments, even the dodgy ones. So, yeah, tell me, how you feel when you're in a competition. Do you get a bit wound up, a bit nervous, this type of thing? This time I wasn't so nervous. I was having fun. As I said, meeting new friends, meeting old friends. Yeah, it was good. Got a bit annoying when things like this happen and you don't notice it. But got to keep shooting. Got to keep pushing yourself. That's what I find. As I said, hope you've enjoyed this. Keep shooting. It's the only way you're going to get better. And yeah, time to fix this. I will catch you next time. Bye bye for now.